Hello everyone, Afflicto here from dreamway.com. Always say that, but there's still no website, so anyway. We're gonna make rain today in FL Studio. Why would you want to make rain? I don't know, but I wanted to make rain, so here you go. If you ever need to make rain, here's how I did it. So first let's go ahead and pop in our famous triple oscillator. I'll just delete this old one here. I could have replaced that, but anyway, let's go ahead and put all the oscillators to the noise shape, or the the noise shape. I believe it's called noise. Anyway, and just rename this to noise, and also open up the channel settings and hit Control L. It's a nice little shortcut to basically send it to a new mixer track, and name it and color it like fine. Let's go ahead and open up the piano roll as well and put in 4 bars of noise. So let's go ahead and listen to this noise thing. So this is basically, noise. You can use this for wind. Pretty much, you can use this for pretty much anything. I mean, it's something that occurs a lot in all kinds of different things, and you can tweak this to make it sound, like wind, as I said, or rain. So it doesn't really sound like rain. I mean, it kind of does. Oops. But there's something missing, and that's the sound of individual droplets, sort of randomly popping, making noises. So let's go ahead and copy this, right click and hit C or clone. I hope I'm not going too fast on you here. So right click and just hit C or clone again. Rename this to droplets. And once again, Control L to send this to a new mixer track. I'm going to mute the noise for a while and just continue on the droplets. I'm going to copy and paste, so just light this up, Control C, go down and light this up, Control V, and by the way, this will actually repeat, so we can just listen to that while we're working, and just go ahead and close the playlist. Don't really need it. So for the droplets, go ahead and mute the noise. I'm going to go ahead and add a formula controller. Now this does nothing yet. It does nothing if you haven't used this before. Actually going to mute that for a moment. If you haven't used this before, what it does is basically lets you generate numbers, basically, or values, which you can bind to, which you can link to any knob, any volume, panning, any effect, anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a function in here, which is kind of cool. I only know of one function. I know of the mathematical stuff, the one or the plus and minus and things of that sort. But I'm going to use a function in here, and that's rand, and with your usual braces there, or parentheses. So rand generates a random number, I believe, between 0 and 1. So 0.1, 0.356, 0.995, so on and so forth. And if you go ahead and compile that, that's what we get. So what you can do to get... Well, I think this will probably work. But there are other things you can do. You can multiply it by A, and you can compile that, and you can sort of, it's multiplied by the value of A. So if you have 0, it'll multiply by 0, and anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So it'll be, you can control the sort of volume of this whole thing, if you will. So I'm going to put this here. I'm actually going to see if I can do times A plus B, so that we can actually move this. So if I go ahead and move this up now, I turn down the A, we're just doing this kind of stuff. This whole line results in 0 plus B, and we can set this to the middle, and then we can add a little bit of that And we can play around with the settings. The lower the B, the higher the difference between the low and the high is. So you can control the thing here. So I'm gonna try and leave the B low and just put the A to the maximum. That will get us a lot of different spikes up and down. All right, so we've got the formula ready. Let's go ahead and go to the droplets and bind or link our volume to this controller. So we open that up, we set our controller, we only have one formula controller, and we can change the mapping formula here, we could do, all kinds of stuff here. So let's go ahead and accept that. There's also smoothing, which I haven't tried, which I really wanted to try right now actually, but anyway. So as you can see, now that that's linked, the volume of our droplets is jumping all over the place. Let's go ahead and have a listen. So that kind of gives us an illusion of kind of droplets coming along. Although we probably need to do some EQing on this. So drop in a parametric EQ2. And let's see, we probably want to remove some of the bass here. Exponentially, I think. Something like that. And we'll remove a little bit of the high end as well. And you can control this. I mean, if you wanted to have... what I'm going to do is I'm going to base it off of going into the woods or something like that. Somewhere where there's, nothing encapsulating me, if you will. Although you could, of course, make the illusion that you're in a car by doing this kind of thing. And you could probably do kind of like that. That would sound kind of like a car. And you could you could link this to automation, and you could have it open the door like that. All kinds of stuff. Just play around with it. Use it for whatever it is that you're going to use it for. But I'm going to use it for a sort of wood scene. So I think I'm going to bring this up and let's see here. I'm not going to spend too much time here. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. That sounds okay. Alright. So bring the volume down a little bit. And now when we enable our noise, we get this kind of sound. We might want to add a parametric EQ as well to the original, the first one we created, the noise. Remove a little bit of the bass perhaps, a little bit of the high end, and do that kind of thing. We might as well even just copy the values here. We could do that, or we can just do that. Not gonna use too much time on this. I think this is kind of sounds like droplets or rain. A couple of other things we can do. We can go to the master and just add some effects on both of these. Let's add a stereo shaper. We might also actually, before I do that, just move that down by clicking it down. Add a sound goodizer. This can just get you some different kinds of flavors by just selecting these different, just listening. That sounds pretty cool. Another thing I'm going to do, which is kind of important, these droplets are very tiny. Although they're happening a lot, they're very tiny. So we want to make that a little bit, because this formula control doesn't go quickly enough for me. So what I'm going to do is on the droplets piano roll here, go ahead and select that, and then go to Tools and Randomize. And let's go ahead and turn off the noise here. So go ahead back here, go to Tools and Randomize. And what will we do? Turn down the length. I have the population on maximum. These other settings really don't do much, since there's no tone in here. We might not, I don't think I will do anything on the levels here. That sounds pretty good to me. Another thing I want to do is go back to the formula controller and normalize this a little bit. I'm going to do times plus random plus I'm going to do that plus that times C and compile. Alright, that's pretty good. I think we'll stop there. Sounds really like rain. I just made this go back again. We're getting a lot of jittering. I think this actually sounds better, to be honest. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Once again, here is the settings I have. I can copy that and put it in the description if you want the same formula. And these are the values. Alright, so that's it. Let's go ahead and go to the master, and we can do. Actually, before we do that, set the stereo separation up to 100%. That will create like a 3D effect. Much better. Here's the difference. It's normal. Stereo separation. So bring the master volume up, and also add a limiter to sort of normalize this. Bring the gain up to maximum. Almost maximum. Something like that. That'll give us a nice effect, and I'm gonna add a parametric EQ just to slightly decrease the high end and kind of do that kind of thing. And all right, yeah, that sounds better. Alright, so now your rain is ready. It should loop perfectly fine. As you can probably tell already, it does loop very fine because it is has a very even random distribution. Let's go ahead and go File, Export, and Wave. And just save that wherever you want. Make it rain. Wave files are good. You can do MP3, of course, and OGG if you want to. These are the settings I use. They're pretty much the default, and the bitrate 320. Anything over that is just stupid. You can't really tell the difference as far as I can tell. And go ahead and start. There we go. You got your rain ready for whatever project that you're working on, be it a video or a game or anything like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up button. And until then, I will see you later.